if you were a tour guide at an open house, what would be something that you would want to make sure to tell that prospective family?
When we went through our tour at St. Mary's, we had this young gentleman who was an 8th grader, and he opened the door for us and said, "Welcome to St. Mary's," and gave a small introduction about himself and his experience there. And my husband and I, Matt and I, looked at each other and said, if our children end up as polite, well-mannered, and well-spoken as this boy, we have found the right place. And I really find that with the students at St. Mary's. They call you Mrs. Carver by name, ask how you are, they're genuine. They do know certainly about your entire family, they'll ask about others. I just find the students there to be as genuine as the parents and the families that you meet. So I remember just reflecting back on that and thinking, that's how I want my children to leave this school is with that kind of character and demeanor. And I think that's what you develop there, is the character in children.
I think if I was a tour guide, or if I had my daughter be a tour guide, I think I would want her to communicate what I'm about to say. And I think she would from her heart. Your child is leaving home every day, and they're leaving their family. That's huge, especially the little ones. I have a middle schooler. It's not that it's any easier for her. She's got some anxiety issues, and she much rather would be home. I think most of us probably ultimately, when you have to leave your own family and your own home every day, where else would you rather be than at St. Mary's with your other family? Think about the hours that you spend every week, that your children spend every week in that building, and what they're getting out of it. We are all there for the same reason, for the greater good of our children and our families, ultimately, because we are part of this. And I would definitely want to communicate that to any prospective family coming in. If it's a decision that they are struggling with, we can assure them that we are the right choice just for that alone.
If I was a tour guide, or if I was meeting, somebody who was going to be on tour, I would want to tell them that you're not just interviewing the school to see if it's the right fit for your child, but you're really signing up for the school to be the right fit for your whole family, in the sense of it's going to build your family's faith, for sure, as the togetherness with your family, and then the opportunity to have the faith through the church and daily at the school. It's going to build your family's ability to have relationships with other people, to have your whole family taken care of when there's some event in your family and you need help, and you need somebody to drop off homework, and you need somebody to take notes for your child, whatever it is. Your whole family is joining St. Mary's. You're not just joining your child to St. Mary's. And I think that that's what's really unique about the school. And that's what we've been the most pleased with. So yeah, I would just want to tell them that your whole family's joining, not just your child.
What came to mind for me, if we were on a traditional tour, or if one of my children were given a tour to a prospective family, is that St. Mary's really does challenge the students. I think a lot of times, if we're compared to Williamsville schools or Clarence schools, and the public school district offerings, and everyone looks at business first and things like that, St. Mary's is right there, as far as I'm concerned, with the homework that comes home, the testing. I think that the kids really are challenged, and I think the smaller setting helps that, because the teachers can really cater to the students and where they are throughout the school year, and challenge them further, or help pick them up if they're a little bit behind. So I think the school is constantly keeping on par, or beyond par, I guess, above par, from the Williamsville schools. We have friends who are in public schools, Williamsville, Clarence, and they're jealous of what they hear coming out of St. Mary's and, curriculum, and then the response to the pandemic and online learning. And they're amazed at how St. Mary's has responded to situations like that, and keep the learning going at home and in the classroom. And like, someone mentioned earlier, the protocol going into the school year, was second to none. So hopefully that's an isolated event. We're done in the next, couple months, and that's it. And that's behind us, and it's not something we have to refer to in the future. But going forward, from an educational standpoint, I think the kids are really challenged. And I think as parents, I know we're really happy with what we're seeing from a academic standpoint.
Piggyback on that, I feel like if you can have a great experience at a school during a crisis, during a pandemic, and have, children feel comfortable there, even with all of the masks and barriers and everything that they have, to do right now, imagine what it's like in a normal year, in a normal setting. And so I just, would convey that to someone who's going on a tour, and, let them know that the school has gone above and beyond this year, and they always do, every time.
I would want to convey is, we switched in 5th grade. So there were a lot of friendships that formed in elementary school between kindergarten and 4th grade, that maybe I had heartburn about Paige, kind of disconnecting with those friends to switch to 5th grade and not know anyone. And it wasn't an issue. She was really, everyone was just so kind and so welcoming, and she was really just able to slide into that classroom, and they just really welcomed her. So I appreciate that. And I guess when I was thinking back to our tour, she really didn't have the same concern. She just wanted to know if she could wear pants and not the skirt.
She was concerned about that.
She asked multiple times. So I just want to make sure I can wear the pants. I don't have to wear the skirt. So, concerns at all levels, I guess. But no, I think I'm excited to see what St. Mary's brings for us, because we haven't had the opportunity to experience the sports and all the extracurricular, which I think she's going to fall in love with as well.
It's been really nice tonight to connect with parents that have been in the school longer term, and just to hear what you have to say, because we're brand new. But I kind of feel like we're probably going to be lifers at this point, just because in this short time I've been so blown away by what we've experienced at St. Mary's. And like Rebecca, I think so, if this is what we're experiencing in a time of crisis, I just can imagine it's only going to continue to get better from here. And I know that when I'm dropping my children off at St. Mary's in the morning, and I see Mary Jo Aiken there every morning, and I see, the same faces all of the time, everywhere. I know they're in good hands, and, I know they're around good quality people with good hearts, and I wasn't really sure how my boys would adjust with the change. And every time I've asked them, if it was your choice, would you want to stay at St. Mary's next year or go back, to your old school? And they immediately say they want to stay at St. Mary's, and they cite their friendships already, the friends that they've made in this short time. They cite that as their reasons why, and seems like we've had a very smooth transition. And the prayer that's incorporated, I think, has given them like a centering, like just a sense of centering every morning, and that they didn't have. I think it calms them. I think it helps them focus, and I think that it actually reminds them of being home, because they're saying familiar prayers that we say at home. So I think that's been helpful in the transition too. So I could talk forever, but I won't. But it's been really encouraging to hear from all of the parents tonight that have been there longer than part of a year. And I'm thrilled to be, joining this family. So thank you.